They may not be kids right now, but the people listed in this video prove that age is not directly proportional to making money. Most of these geniuses made millions before completing high school, and others before the age of 10. Number 10. Fraser Doherty. Fraser Doherty began making millions at the age of 14 using his grandmom's recipes to make homemade jam, which he then sold to his neighbors in Edinburgh, Scotland. By 16, he'd created a huge demand for the stuff by tweaking the recipe on his own and calling it Super Jam. Business picked up so well that he dropped out of school to work full-time, and he was soon after approached by a reputable supermarket chain in the UK in 2007, who offered to stock his product in all 184 of its stores. Taking out a loan worth around $9,000 from a local bank, Doherty used the money to cover expenses, including more factory time to increase production. And in 2009, with the help of his supermarket chain connection and the addition of Asda Walmart as a stocking client, Fraser hit $1.2 million in sales. Doherty was the 2007 Global Student Entrepreneur of the Year, an international award given to the top student entrepreneur worldwide. Over 750 students from around the world competed in the 2007 Global Student Entrepreneur Awards. He was also appointed member of the Order of the British Empire in the 2014 Birthday Honors for Services to Business. Number 9. Brennan Agranov. Brennan Agranov gravitated towards entrepreneurship when he was only 7. That year, he started hawking stuff on eBay. In high school, Brennan was in a basketball team, and his team members were looking for custom socks that could represent their team. So he bought a pair of colorful socks from a random manufacturer and got interested by looking at such socks. Soon he collected the information regarding how these socks are made and what equipment are needed. He then founded his own company called Hoop Swag, which provided customers with custom socks along with impressively short turnaround times. While attending high school, Agranov turned his company into a $1 million enterprise which employed 30 people. Indeed, it turned out to be his family business where even his mom and dad would work for the company too. After graduating high school, he started sharing his business acumen with others. Brennan didn't just want to stop at the mixture of sports and socks. In early 2018, he founded Pet Party, which sells custom dog socks and is said to have made $1 million so far. Socks for dogs sounds crazy, but it was actually a great call. The pet industry has grown by 70 million in the U.S. alone, and there is no arguing that the pet industry will grow even bigger. Dogs are the most common pets around with us, and products for them do sell at a good demand. Number 8. Farrah Gray. Gray was raised in Chicago's South Side, and for his mother and siblings, money was tight. The situation was also exacerbated by Gray's mom's stress-related health problems. He began his entrepreneurial career at the age of 6, selling homemade lotion and hand-painted rocks door-to-door to help his struggling family. Soon, Gray earned enough to take his mom and grandmother to dinner. Donning a bathrobe as his suit coat, his brother's clip-on tie, and stuffing his red lunchbox briefcase with business cards announcing himself as the 21st century CEO, Gray set out to make his fortune. What started as a gig selling body lotion at the age of 6 became a huge business at the age of 13. Gray was the owner of Far Out Food, which raked in orders worth $1.5 million by the time he turned 14. At the age of 21, he received an honorary doctorate degree of human letters from Allen University. This was in recognition of his ingenious economic mind and distinguished commitment to the development of values such as leadership, integrity, and scholarship. Farrah was named as one of the most influential black men in America by the National Urban League's Urban Influence magazine. Ebony magazine recognized him as an entrepreneurial icon, business mogul, and best-selling author. Number 7. Churchill. The British entrepreneur started his first web design business at the age of 12. His first companies, Bits New Media and Bits and PCs, quickly found success when he launched them while still at school. He had been invited to set up the websites by the Birmingham-based Benchmark Group, which had been impressed by efforts he had knocked up at home. His first foray into business, which had started as a teenager, ended when he sold the companies in 2001. His next venture, MurphX, was the one that took him into the world of multi-million turnovers and corporate dealings. MurphX supplies the camera streaming for programs, including Springwatch, with live nature feeds of animals in their natural habitat. It also brings in all the traffic from BBC Persia and BBC Arabic into the UK and arranges the broadband connectivity for the BBC's Birmingham base in the mailbox. Carl was listed in the number 1 spot of the Rich List 2020 in 2003, a Project Rich List commissioned by the Royal Bank of Scotland with Philip Beersford, the producer of the Sunday Times Rich List. Number 6. Dikman. Dikman is the owner and CEO of various companies, including Cooltronics, which was the original venture. He was interested in business from a very early age and would keep lemonade stands from the age of 5. By the 8th grade, Dikman was charging $15 an hour to fix computers. His skills caught the eye of Merrill Lynch executives, and he was hired by Malcolm Tafe at the age of 15. He soon started his own business, Cooltronics, repairing computers, making millions and scoring him a spot on Businessweek's 25 Under 25 list. In June of 2013, Tyler Dikman joined Founders Network with a project in beta called Lounge Buddy, a way for all travelers to discover, book, and access airport lounges. No memberships, elite statuses, or first class required. From tweaking the pitch deck when pitching into investors to settling on a brand name, Lounge Buddy's evolution is an example of having a very focused vision of solving a problem that exists with solid technology, good partnerships, and excellent design. 6 years, 30 employee hires, and a seed and Series A funding round later, LoungeBuddy was acquired by American Express in March of 2019. Tyler also worked as Director of Technical Business Operations at Net Power and Light, and later he became Vice President of the social media company he started called Redux. Number 5, Juliette Brindak. Juliette began creating sketch characters at the age of 10 and then developed a complementary social media platform at 16. When she was 10, Brindak drew characters for a set of 5 friends she called Cool Girls, who were all inspired by real-life girls. The main cool girl, Miss O, represents her younger sister Olivia. The set of cool girls would eventually become Miss O and Friends. Miss O and Friends is a safe socialization site for tween and young teen girls that aims to empower and help build self-esteem, and the website is COPPA compliant safe. The content is created by the user community, making it totally by girls, for girls. In 2011, Miss O and Friends was ranked the number 3 girls-only website. In addition to regular visitors, Miss O and Friends now has over 800,000 subscribers, all of whom are able to interact on its Girl-to-Girl wall, a forum where girls can ask each other questions and share advice, and access other content to help them grapple with the struggles of growing up. After high school, instead of the typical business majors most entrepreneurs study, Brindak decided to focus on anthropology and public health because her site revolves around women health issues. To further share her user stories with the world, Brindak published the book Miss O and Friends, Right On. The Miss O and Friends collection of rock and fiction, a compilation of user-submitted stories. Her Miss O and Friends company is now worth an estimated $15 million, though Brindak gets most of her revenue from ads. Number 4, Nick Deloisio. Nick used his tech genius to create an app called Sumly, which creates news summaries. He attracted the attention of business magnate Li Ka-shing, who provided 16-year-old Deloisio with US $300,000 in venture capital investment. Sumly aimed to solve perceived problems with the way news articles are presented on smartphones, with the initial version of Sumly being downloaded by over 200,000 users. He hired a team from Israel, including a scientist named Inderjeet Mani, who specialized in natural language processing, to improve the app. Yahoo purchased the software application for $30 million when Nick was just 17. Deloisio was also the brains behind Yahoo News Digest. He announced the launch of Yahoo News Digest at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. An evolution of Sumly, Yahoo News Digest provides mobile users with a summary of the important news of the day and in the form of twice-a-day digest. The articles are automatically and manually curated, as well as summarized into key units of information known as atoms, which include maps, infographics, quotes, and Wikipedia extracts. Thanks to Nick, articles can be automatically reduced to 1,000 words, fill just one page, or fit a tweet. Number 3, Ashley Qualls. In 2004, a 14-year-old Ashley Qualls launched WhateverLife.com as a means to show off her design work after a few years of studying HTML. Her site had virtually no traffic until she began offering free custom MySpace layouts to fellow classmates. By 2005, with only word of mouth for advertising, her site began to explode, with visitors seeking cool designs to personalize their social network page. Before the company turned 3 years old, WhateverLife.com observed 3 to 4 million page views, especially for tutorials of HTML and CSS. Qualls' website became so popular that it started giving tough competition to websites like CBSNews.com and Oprah.com. That was when she joined Google's AdSense program, which supplied ads to her site and paid her a share of the click revenue. She began accepting offers from various companies to advertise their products or services on her site in exchange for payment. An undisclosed bidder even offered to buy out her site in 2005 for a reported $1.5 million and the car of her choice. The flow of success suddenly hit a pause when Qualls was diagnosed by an autoimmune disease, due to which she experienced gastrointestinal issues. The turmoil of her life wasn't just limited to this, as she lost her business, her house, followed by her miscarriage. In 2016, Qualls founded SickNotDead.com, providing resources for the chronically ill. She is also the editor-in-chief of Lucky Soul, which helps to fund charitable causes. Number 2, Cameron Johnson. Everything began as a joke when Cameron started making greeting cards for his family's celebrations. Many of the recipients liked the beautiful cards, and soon the little boy started receiving orders from friends and colleagues of the family. By the time he was 11, Johnson's knack for creating greeting cards had earned him thousands and leverage to start his own business. After a couple of years, Cameron started to use the money earned from his business to buy tie beanie babies at wholesale prices directly from manufacturers. When the kid entrepreneur was 13, he began working on another great business idea, My Easy Mail, a service that forwarded emails to a specific account without showing information about the recipients. He hired a coder to develop the idea, and in a couple of years, his new venture was generating about $3,000 in revenue monthly from advertisers. Then Cameron, with 2 other teenage entrepreneurs, founded an advertising company, surfingprizes.com. By the time Cameron was finishing high school, he had 15 successful startups, and he was a multi-millionaire. Number 1, Kiowa Kavovit. One day, 4-year-old Kiowa Kavovit looked down at her knee where there was a Band-Aid and said to her dad, "Dad, what if I had skin that I could paint on?" It was that simple question that led Kiowa, with the help of her dad, to invent Boo Boo Gone. an all-natural, waterproof skin protectant that paints on a bandage in fun colors for kids, turning a boo-boo into a ha-ha. The youngest entrepreneur on Shark Tank to date, she was just 6 years old when she pitched Boo Boo Goo to the sharks. Scoring a $100,000 investment, this tiny and newly minted millionaire slings a paint-on bandage designed for kids. Inspiring, right? It's probably time for you to turn that crazy thought into some crazy money. Comment down below and you just might get the support you need. This has been Riveted, and we publish amazing videos daily.